All right, I want to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, how mentally the brain shuts these things out, the trauma and the abuse, and is in denial. Almost like there's like one person experience and this is what happens. One person experiences, okay, so let's say I wasn't, that I know of anyways, sexually abused as a child. That essence, let's say, that consciousness, whatever was conscious at the time, broke itself off and had to create another consciousness in order to be able to survive, because it's so traumatic and it's in our society so sick, and our stories are so denied and we're so shut up that we create this other person, this other character, right, that can survive in these illusions, in these fantasies, these lies, these manipulations, these skewings of the truth, because the authentic man cannot hold untruths. So let me play this and you guys listen very closely.
The secret. So the idea that you feel that you cannot talk about these things that are bothering you, you're saying them anyway. They come out through your physical body. But unfortunately, the way that they come out, it disfigures, it distorts, and it destroys. So by the time you get to the grave, we knew all your issues.
You hear what she's saying? She's saying, okay, so these are like some kind of metaphysical doctor or something. I'm not sure exactly what she is, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is you can live in your ignorance and say this shit doesn't exist and this isn't how it is, and you can't look at my body and tell me what I've been through. Yes, you can. And that's what I'm saying. We can't hide anything. We hide shit from ourselves, but other people can see right through our lies and everything else. And they're like, when we walk away, they're like, hey, do you see Tony? Do you see that? Hey, yeah, oh God, yeah, it's really taking a toll on him. So, you can't hide anything.
We knew all your issues. You cannot hide. There's no such thing as secrets. Just to show you something that's very interesting. You can look at a woman's pelvis, you can look at the contour of her thighs and her legs, and you can know right away if she's been sexually molested in childhood or early adolescence. You can just look at her pelvis. These women that have tremendously knocked knees, their thighs rubbed together, etc., they have been sexually molested, and the psychological trauma of that has totally shifted the pelvis and the fat distribution to actually make a barrier to get to.
Well, there's so much to unpack there. So your body is morphing and evolutionizing, let's say, adapting and evolutionizing itself in unbelievable ways due to trauma and abuse. And then your mind is not remembering because you're splitting your conscience, and it depends which conscience is in charge at the time. It depends on whether those memories can even be recalled as real or not. So all of this is being unpacked. You see how this matrix system is wound up like that? The body's keeping the score, so you can't lie about that. Other people with eyes to see can obviously see you coming from a mile away and know what your condition is and know what the truth is that you're going through. But you can be in complete denial of what you've gone through and what has happened to you in your own experiences. And it's all due to purposefully narrated environments that have indoctrinated and programmed the whole situation to cause cognitive dissonance and put you at dis-ease and illness and break you down and keep you from becoming who you actually are. Guys, this is so obvious what they're doing to us, man. We are being played on a level unimaginable.
Perineum, the vagina. That is not how you're normally built. This is because of sexual molestation. And I'm telling you that when these women are willing to open up, they all give you the history that they have. They just, for whatever reason, felt that they could not, but their bodies told it. There's no such thing as a secret. So the idea that you
I mean, that's fucking powerful, guys. I mean, that's so fucking powerful. It's like mind blowing. You know, and this is why, because, you know, can you imagine being a woman that went through horrible sexual molestation as a child, that it completely altered the way her body formed as she grew? We're not talking about generational over time. You know, it took thousands of years, hundreds of years for that lineage for their knees to knock and their thighs to be like that. No, this happens to any individual woman at a young age who's been sexually molested, that, you know, is taking this in this way, and their body's physically manipulated. I mean, within a dozen years to turn out like this, they are in denial of their own victimhood. I mean, guys, this is terrible. This is how you break the psyche of an individual down. I mean, this is what happens when us as a society takes the importance off the individual, places it on the group, and then chastises, laughs, mocks, and belittles every individual in society. So that way, because nobody wants to be at the bottom of that society, because they realize whoever falls towards the bottom gets eaten up and spit out. That's a dog-eat-dog system, guys. That is not good. That is millions, billions of us getting chewed up every fucking day, just crushed. Just that way the highest elite, you know, this few 1% of everybody can be able to be the fat cats and enjoy this place, while everybody else is just getting crushed and just living in cognitive dissonance and being torn this way and that, and fighting amongst themselves and with each other. And that's what we're in, man. And we're all think that we can hide. And see, that's the thing. We all think we can hide it verbally, and we proclaim to be these spirited beings that, you know, have all this knowledge and are all of these different things, while we're living like parasites. We're living parasitically. You can't do that. That is cognitive dissonance. That is holding two conflicting ideas in your head at the same time and trying to live them both out. It's impossible. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? I mean, come on, you got to be honest. I mean, that's why radical honesty is so important. That's the only way we're going to be able to get anywhere, is with radical honesty, openness, and getting down to the root cause and getting away from all of this surface level, you know. Well, they said they weren't abused. Yes, but we know by looking at their body they were abused. Let's get them in a room all by themselves where they're comfortable, where they don't feel like they're going to be attacked, and see what's going on. And then these people come out and they're like, oh my God, and they get in that safe space, because they need that safe space to be able to let that other consciousness that experienced all that trauma and pain and abuse when they were in a completely vulnerable state. And they need that safe space to be able to transition into that consciousness where that pain is held, to be able to heal and work those things out. But we are never given that safe space, so we're just billions of hurt fuckers, parasitically controlled, driven demons, basically, that are proclaiming to be spirit-filled energy bodies that are living like goddamn predators. And afraid of everything, and especially being at the bottom of the totem pole. So we will therefore break anybody else down to make sure that we're at least not at the bottom, and the next one's getting chewed up and spit out. It's a survival-based system. It's predatory. It's prey. It's preying on us, and we're allowing it. We're downgrading ourselves. We're speaking our own demise. We're speaking our own belittlement. You know, we're talking down on ourselves. We're limiting ourselves. We're like, oh, this body I have, I wish it wasn't so sensitive to the cold and to the heat and to the sand and to the asphalt and to all these things. And the only reason it is because of all the toxins and the poisons and the breaking down of it you've done, you dumbass. You pathetic piece of shit. You scared little parasite. Because that's what you are. I'm not talking to any spirit-filled Bill. I'm not breaking anybody's spirit. I'm speaking truth to the demon and the parasite that hides behind you and gives every excuse in the book to continue on its path of self-destruction and limiting self-fucking speech, spellbinding witchcraft. You know, we got to think about what we're doing, guys. The body keeps the score. Other people can see our truths no matter how much we think we're hiding it. And, you know, and that's why we stick to we double down on our fucking stories and everything else, because we think if we just keep repeating the fucking shit over and over again, it's going to make it true. And it's not. The words are the most empty fucking bullshit witchcraft I could have ever imagined that they could have played on us. You know? So...